Today we're going to practice graphing lines written in point-slope form. So let's get started. Let's start with a review of graphing lines when they're written in slope-intercept form. We discussed this previously, and I'll put a link to that lesson in the description. Here we have the equation y equal to 1/3 x plus 2. And this is written in slope-intercept form. We have y by itself on one side with a coefficient of 1, so 1y, equal to the variable x with a coefficient, and that coefficient is the slope, plus a constant. Now this constant, well, that's our y-intercept. And that coefficient in front of the x, well, that is the slope. The change in y, or rise, all over the change in x, or run. So we're going to start with that y-intercept. So we have a y-intercept of b. That means we have the point 0, 2. Because the y-intercept will have an x-coordinate value of 0. So let's plot that point. So here is 0, 2, the y-intercept of 2. And this is where we're going to start our graph. And then to draw the line, we will move from this point based on how the slope tells us to move. So in this case, our slope is 1/3. So this means we are going to go up 1 and to the right 3. The positive direction is to the right. So from this starting point, we go up 1 and to the right 3. And this is a point on the line. But we can also write 1/3 as -1 over -3. This simplifies down to 1/3, a positive 1/3. So this means we go down 1 and to the left 3. So from our starting point, we're going to go down 1 and to the left 3. And that's another point that's on this line. So from these 3 points, we can graph that line. Now we're going to do the same process when we have an equation written in the point-slope form. The only difference is how we get that starting point. So when we have something in point-slope form, once again, we know how we're going to move. We have our slope, but then we're also given a point that's on that line, not specifically the y-intercept. And that point will be our starting point, just like the y-intercept was our starting point when we were graphing from the slope-intercept form. So let's rewrite this as y minus 3 equal to 2/3, and then we'll get rid of this addition. This is x minus a -2. Because in this point-slope form, we're subtracting our x-coordinate, and we're subtracting our y-coordinate. So in this example, the y-coordinate is subtracted. But the x-coordinate is addition. We have x plus 2, so let's convert that addition to subtraction. X minus a -2. This gives us the point -2, 3. So let's graph that point. So it has an x value of -2 and a y value of 3. And we have a slope equal to 2/3. So that means we're going to go up 2 and to the right 3. So from our starting point, we'll go up 2 and to the right 3. Now we can also write 2/3 as -2 over -3. That means we can go down 2 and to the left 3. So down 2 to the left 3. We can connect those 3 points, giving us our line. So the only thing that changed when we graph a line in point-slope form versus slope-intercept form is how we get that starting point. So let's practice a few more. Here we have the equation y plus 4 equal to negative 3 times the quantity x minus 3. So the first thing I'm going to do is rewrite this without any additions. So in this case, I'm going to convert that addition into subtraction. So we now have y minus a negative 4 equal negative 3x minus 3. This means our point that we'll start with is 3, negative 4. So starting at the origin, we'll move to 3 along the x-axis, and then down to negative 4 for our y-coordinate. In this example, our slope is equal to negative 3. So we can rewrite this as either negative 3 all over a positive 1. In this case, we would go down 3 and to the right 1. So from our starting point, we'd go down 3. Well, in this example, I'm going to fall off the graph that I chose. So let's try something else. We can also write negative 3 as positive 3 all over negative 1. Both of these fractions are the same as negative 3. So in this case, we're going to go up 3 and to the left 1. The negative direction is to the left. So starting at our starting point, we'll go up 3 to the left 1. Let's do that again. Up 3 to the left 1. Looks like I can get one more of these in here. So up 3 to the left 1. And then we'll draw our line by connecting those dots. Let's try one more. We're going to graph this line using point-slope form. With point-slope form, we have y minus y sub 1 equal to m times x minus x of 1. Notice we really don't have anything subtracted from this y. So what we actually have is y minus 0 equal to negative 1/2 x minus 8. So this is going to give us the point 8, 0. So starting at the origin, we're going to move over 8 on the x-axis, and we're not going to go up or down. We're going to stay on the x-axis. And so we have found the x-intercept, where it crosses the x-axis. Now from here, we have a slope equal to negative 1/2. So we can rewrite this with a negative on top, so negative 1 all over 2. That means we'd go down 1 and to the right 2. So from our starting point, we'll go down 1 and to the right 2. Or we can write this with a positive on top, so a positive 1 and then negative 2 in the denominator. Again, all three of these fractions are equivalent. We can put this negative out in front for negative 1/2. We can put the negative in the numerator, or we can put the negative in the denominator. So in this case, we're going to go up 1 and to the left 2. So starting at that point 8, 0, we'll go up 1 to the left 2. Up 1 to the left 2. Let's do that one more time. Up 1 to the left 2. And then connecting the points, we have our line. A great way to learn is to practice on your own. we will discuss in a bit, but go ahead and pause your screen and do these two problems. So for this first problem, we have the equation y plus 4 equal to negative 5 halves times the quantity x minus 3. This will give us the starting point, 3, negative 4. And then with a slope of negative 5 halves, we can view that as rising 5, going up 5, and then going to the left 2. So up 5 to the left 2. Or we can go down 5 and to the right 2. And then connecting those points, we have our line. In this second problem, we have y minus 5 equal to 2 times the quantity x plus 1. This is going to give us a starting point of negative 1, 5. And then from there, we have a slope of 2. So we can look at this as a rise 2 and a run in the positive direction of 1. So from our starting point, we go up 2 to the right 1. Or as a rise of negative 2, so go down negative 2, and a run of negative 1, 1 to the left. So from our starting point, down 2 to the left 1. Drop any questions you have in the comments, and continue practicing graphing equations in point-slope form, and I'll see you in the next video.